Hi everyone, this is 5th grade Elevate, lesson 57 on multiplying fractions and whole numbers, specifically equivalent fractions greater than 1. So in yesterday's lesson, we learned to translate a fraction being multiplied by a whole number into a repeated addition expression, specifically using unit fractions. So a unit fraction is a fraction with a numerator of 1, right? So all our addition equations had unit fractions, right? 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, 1/4. And in this particular example, we see 1/4 is being added 5 times. So that is why it is equivalent to 1/4 times 5, or 5 times 1/4, giving us a total of 5/4. And from there, we said, okay, well, 5/4 is a fraction that is larger than 1, so we want to see if we can simplify it or change it into a mixed number, and so we did just that. Today we are seeing that fractions greater than 1 can be decomposed multiple ways. And so while yesterday we used unit fractions, right? So in looking at 6/5, we see that it was decomposed into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 groups of 1/5. We're seeing today that it can be written another way. If we're finding 6/5, we can also do 1, 2, 3 groups of 2/5. So these are not unit fractions. This is our new learning for the day, right? I see 3 groups of 2/5. And in adding these fractions, I'm only adding the numerators and keeping the denominators the same. So 2 plus 2 plus 2 gives me 6, 6/5. And so as a multiplication expression, this can be written as 3 groups of 2/5, or 2/5 times 3. So as a teacher, you will briefly explain this to students before jumping into your model. And so if you go through the model, I would say briefly explain the mini lesson to students, but apply what you talked about up here to how you are going to model the new learning to students. So you're going to take everything from the previous page to talk about what we did yesterday, model for them what we're going to do today, and then show them how to simplify. So what I'm saying is you do not have to go through this page verbatim, because you can show them in real time what it looks like to go through the process, giving them ample time to practice. And so they're going to spend about 10 minutes on partner practice, questions 5 through 15, before jumping into their exit ticket, which is questions 16 through 18. They are engaging in some true or false questions to see whether the statements make sense before having to do a simplification from a fraction that is larger than 1 to a mixed number, and then having to figure out what whole number to multiply the fraction by to match the repeated addition expression. So this exit ticket is a total of 5 points. Here's your grading scale, and your sprint is here at the bottom.